Hello everyone. Tonight we are going to be making a pear and pomegranate soap. I am using a fragrance that I got from Rustic Essentials. It's from Nature's Oil that they distribute, and it's pear and pomegranate, and I have two of these, so it was about 100 grams total that I had. I'm also using some pear puree, which is in with the oils already and mixed in. So we are getting ready to make some soap. I'm going to pipe on this, and I have some little pineapple embeds that I made before out of soap dough. So I'm going to use those and get this baby started. So whenever you use a puree, it's important to not discount. You're taking the water away from the amount of puree you have. So I had what ended up being about 200 grams of the puree, and it was very simple, just pear puree. And that 200 grams then came off of the count that I needed for my total water lye solution. So we're gonna have a little bit of discoloration due to the lye and the mix with the sugars from the puree. I did not put any added sugars into the lye solution. I usually add some sugar, but I did not do that this time. So I am not going to, although this fragrance has very good reviews, I'm going to add it separately into each color because I don't want to, with added sugars, cause everything to get too hot. So just as a precaution, I don't want things to move too fast. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside for my icing. Although that was kind of a lot, but we're gonna go with it. I'm also going to do a separate pomegranate color, I'm hoping. It's a mix of Mad Micah's True Red and a little bit of spicy tomato from Mad Micah's in there. Okay. And then my base color, and these are already pre-dispersed in some distilled water. I'm gonna set this aside in case I need some other color frosting. And then, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna get my little mixer thingy and mix up the kaolin clay a little bit. I did soak the fragrance in the kaolin clay, so. Ooh. Most of the kaolin clay, I guess, is gonna go in the pomegranate color. Okay. We're gonna get this in the mold. And I think I'm just gonna do an in the pot swirl and in the pot dump. We're gonna just go with it. There. Okay. We got some clumping going, but we're gonna get things in the mold and move quickly. I'm hoping it doesn't look like baby poop when we're done, because that's kind of what it reminds me of now. It is really clumping. So all those nice reviews may have lied, or at least for my recipe, and with some fruit puree. I'm having trouble, I don't know why, saying it. Okay. I'm trying to get, trying to get most of the liquid in here and making the ginormous mess that I am known for. I am just putting little dollops to kind of nestle the pears into, and I'm trying to make sure that there's one on each little slice at least. So I'm gonna do that, and I always make more icing than I need on purpose because it gives me a chance to focus on some other embeds that need to be made along the way. So I have those, and then my little embeds here that are pears, and I'm just gonna kind of give them a little place to sit on top of that. I'm not trying to make it like super looking like a pear tree or anything by any means, because I'm not nearly as good of a froster as that, an icing person, but I wanted something to represent in there. So gives the pears a nice little place to sit. Pea green is already starting to come back, thankfully. That was worrying me a little bit. Okay, so those are the embeds for that, and now I need to make the pomegranate. I don't know if this is quite at the consistency that we need just yet for the pomegranate. It was a rough day, and so, you know, sometimes after those, it's just really nice to get into your zen place, and mine is inherently soap. I'm gonna check this, but we may have to come back for the pomegranates later too. This has gotten really, really, really hot. So even piping is pretty warm to the touch. But that's because of the sugars and the fruit puree. So not entirely unexpected. Oh yeah, too runny. Okay. So we will come back in a few minutes after this has had some time to set up too. So I have just a circle tip on here, and I'm just gonna kind of put some little dollops around for pomegranate seeds. I have been watching cake decorating videos on YouTube to try and get better at piping, because that's not anything that, as far as like cake and pastry decorating, that I ever cared about. But now, of course, it would come in handy, wouldn't it? So we are, at this point, good as far as I'm concerned. Thank you for coming along with me, everybody. Have a great day.
What are we doing now?
So this is the soap that I made yesterday that is pear and pomegranate. And
So those are pears.
Yes.
And pomegranates?
Yeah, well, just representative of them.
Okay. Very cool.
Pears are made out of soap dough. The rest is piping. And I really made it because I wanted to experiment with using purees in soap. So this one has a pear puree in it.
Let me see.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see it.
Oh, look at that.
That's interesting. Is that the puree?
No, the puree was mixed in. But
Is that just where it hasn't?
Well, so it accelerated when I was making the soap. And it was the green that accelerated, which, I mean, this is kind of a lighter, paler one. So I think that's part of where the green started to accelerate.
It's definitely a pear green. And pomegranate red.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Pear and pomegranate. It'll be ready by the end of February on the website and at the craft shows.